Coming up on the Roadrunner Review, our softball and baseball teams are gearing up for their season finales while trying to earn top spots in the conference tournaments. See how far they can take their A games. Also, the outdoor track and field teams are taking their marks in the RMAC championships. We'll show you if they take home a medal or 2, or 3, or 4. And our softball program started 4 years ago, and in studio today, we have 4 of the original freshmen who spent all 4 years donning the red and blue. All this and more coming up on the Roadrunner Review.
For Metro State.
Jump off the free throw after the set piece of direct.
Crushing. Hit that one.
Welcome to another grand edition of the Roadrunner Review, the magazine show that features Metro State sports and their highlights from the past month. I'm Eric Lansing, your tour guide through this playoff-filled episode. Our softball team leads things off as they head towards the postseason, hoping to wrap up a #1 seed for the RMAC tournament. But one regular season series remains as they took their game on the road to Kearney, Nebraska. The Roadrunners got off to a great start in Game 1, run-ruling the Lopers by a final of 14-1. Senior Janessa Tassone blasted a 3-run shot as the team scored 13 runs in 3 innings. Game 2, and the Runners kept the runs coming, scoring 17 in 5 innings. Tassone hit 3 home runs in the game, and the senior tied a school record with 3 jacks in 1 contest. The Bats cooled off in Game 3, scoring just 4 runs after scoring 31 the day before. Starting pitcher Julia Deal took the loss, giving up 5 runs, only 3 earned, but did strike out 8 Lopers in the game. The Runners would take the series 3-1 after Tassone hit 2 more long balls to make it 6 for the weekend in a 10-7 victory. Senior Amber Roundtree added her 10th home run on the season, and senior Lauren Heinlein went 4 for 4 in the game. After Tassone's spectacular weekend, she was named RMAC and National Player of the Week. The senior from Longmont, Colorado hit .688 for the weekend, slugged a ridiculous 1.875, crushing 6 home runs, driving in 12, and scoring 11 times. Tassone's 6 home runs gave the outfielder 56 for her collegiate career, which places her 5th all-time in NCAA history. Back to the awards as the RMAC announced its all-conference teams. Tassone and Amber Roundtree were named first team all-conference. Tassone batted .408 with 14 home runs and 49 runs batted in. Roundtree, the senior from Lakewood, hit .373 with 49 runs scored, 10 home runs, and 0 strikeouts and 150 at-bats. Julia Deal and Molly Clark both were named to the 3rd team. The Roadrunners finished the season with a 33-14 overall record and a 28-11 mark in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. That places them in a tie with Colorado Mines for the RMAC regular season championship. It is the 3rd season in a row that Metro State is at top of the standings at the end of the season. And due to certain tiebreakers, the team was given the #1 seed in the RMAC tournament. Here are our Roadrunners hoisting the regular season championship trophy, but it was back to business as Deal took the mound. The Mountain Lions back in the tournament for the first time since 2007, and they would jump on the board first in the first as Jessica Belsterling singles home Marissa Wallace for the 1-0 lead. Metro bounces back as Clark goes yard that brings home 3 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. It's Clark's 15th home run on the season. Then Tassone gets popped in the arm with the bases loaded, and Metro takes the 4-1 lead. The Mountain Lions would score 2 runs in the 3rd to cut Metro's lead to only 1, but Deal helps out her own cause, taking Becca Smith over to left field fence for a 3-run home run, and they go up 7-3. And that's where Deal takes over on the mound. She didn't give up a hit over the final 4 innings, earning the win, helping her team advance to the 2nd round of the tournament. So the Roadrunners taking on #4 Regis after the Rangers defeated Mesa State 5-2 in the 1st round. First inning, Regis starting pitcher Bianca Holly on the mound. She strikes out Lauren Heinlein. Then Dio gets Nikki Abercorn swinging for one of her 2 Ks in the game. And we're scoreless through 1. Top 2nd, 2 outs, runners on 1st and 2nd. Shannon Messine pops one out to 2nd base. Both Roundtree and Annalise Garcia go for the ball, and it's dropped, allowing the run to come home. But they do get that last out, catching Emily Anderson hanging too far from 3rd. Regis goes up 1-0. Bottom 2nd with 1 out. Aubrey Mall doubles to left field to start things up. but Holly strikes out Clark and Casey Nichols to keep Metro off that scoreboard. Next inning, Holly sends the pitch to center field, where Clark makes the incredible diving grab, but the runner at third scores on the sac fly to give the Rangers the 2-0 lead. Bottom third, Roundtree at the plate, and she gets caught looking, and it's her first strikeout of the year. Same inning with Garcia on second. Tassone drives one down the left field line, and here comes Garcia. But she is nailed at the plate, still 2-0 in the sixth. Maul on second, Clark pops Abercorn with the ball, and it scoots into foul territory. Abercorn picks up the ball and finds that Clark is trying to go for second. She throws it to second, Maul heads for home, but she can't get there in time. Regis gets out of the inning, and they would go on and take the 2-0 win. So on to the elimination game where Metro took on co-regular season champ Colorado Mines. Win and move on, or lose and go home. First inning, Sarah Van Lingen grounds one to Brittany Padilla. She checks the runner at third, fires it to first, and the runner comes home anyway to score on the high throw from Maul. Then Sarah Lusgraf triples the deep right field, scoring Macy Jones. Mines up 2-0 after one. The Ore Diggers keep it going in the second. Molly Tebow comes through with a triple of her own, scoring a run. They would add another for the 4-0 lead. Bottom second, Metro is threatening. Clark singles to load the bases with no outs. Lingen goes home for out number one on the Sam Talmich dribbler. Then Hedstrom flies out to short center field, so no tag-up opportunity there. One last chance, but Roundtree can't come through, and crisis averted for the Ore Diggers. Third inning now, Lauren Aberly triples to left field, scoring 2 more runs, and Mine takes a 6-0 lead and will go on to add 3 more to eliminate the Roadrunners from the RMAC tournament. It is the first time Metro has been shut out twice in one day since the first time there was a softball program way back in 1987.
I just told them not to hang their heads, nothing to hang their heads about. We're moving on, and we still have a lot of work to do. We're going to get some good days of practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and, we're not done. So there's nothing to hang your heads about and come back firing.
Metro earned a number 7 seed in the Central Region bracket of the NCAA tournament and took on number 2 seed and 14th ranked Minnesota State. This was a scoreless game through the first 5.5 innings. The Mavericks scored on a bloop single in their half of the 6th. The Roadrunners struck out 11 times and failed to score a run for the 3rd straight game. Back into another elimination game from Metro, and they took on 23rd ranked Winona State in some inclement weather. Julia Dio back on the mound after a solid performance versus Mankato. She strikeouts Katie Betry, and Metro heads into their half of the second looking to end the scoring drought. Garcia singles to load the bases with only 1 out. The senior Danny Hedstrom rolls one to Betry, and she goes home for the 2nd out. Then Roundtree comes up empty, flying out in foul territory, and we remain scoreless. 4th inning, crazy play time with a runner on second. Molly Bielen singles through the middle. You can see the runner holds up at third. What you don't see is Molly Clark launching the ball home way over the catcher's mitt, and the runner makes her way home on the errant throw. Mankato takes the 1-0 lead. On the very next play, Kim Wackholder lays down the bunt for the suicide squeeze, and the Mavs put up another run to go up by 2. Bottom 4th, Metro finally gets a run on the scoreboard after Aubrey Mall launches the pitch over the left field fence to cut Mankato's lead to only 1. But Stacey Strzynski was too strong down the stretch, striking out 7 batters in the final 3 innings. Metro falls 2-1, and their season comes to an end. Despite losing 5 seniors from the 2010 campaign, Coach Becerra and the softball team put together yet another fantastic season, and it was fun to be there and capture all the great action. A few postseason awards to announce. Tassone was named Daktronics First Team All-Central Region, and Tassone, along with Roundtree, were named to the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association All-Central Region 2nd Team. Woo, that's a mouthful. Great job, ladies, and still to come on the Roadrunner Review. Our outdoor track and field team makes a splash at the RMAC Championships, and 4 beautiful ladies make their way into our studio, so stick around, you don't want to miss it. The Roadrunner Review is brought to you by its proud sponsors. Please visit Qdoba's downtown location at 15th and Market to try some warm 3-cheese queso, tortilla soup, or burritos you can't find anywhere else. And Panorama Orthopedics and Spine Center. From sports injuries to spine injuries to total joints for arthritis, they're in your neighborhood caring for your injuries, located at 3 convenient locations: Golden, Littleton, and Thornton. Thanks for coming back here on the show. Time for some track and field, outdoor style, as head coach John Supsick leads his team into battle against the conference's best at the RMAC Championships held in Golden back in early May. The RMAC Championships held at Sturmold Track on the campus of Colorado Mines. Day 1 in the women's 10K. Julia Hernandez and Senya Flores at the starting line. A few laps in, both runners hanging close with the leaders, but as the race moves on, Hernandez moves ahead of Flores and would finish the race in 3rd place, breaking the school record. She earns the bronze medal, which is not pictured here because we're too busy shooting the always wet and wild steeplechase. Iger Erickson racing in that event. The junior finishes 6th, earning a provisional time for the NCAA Championships. On to day 2, and what a day for your Roadrunners. In the men's 400-meter dash, Derek Fiorini is getting loose, trying to earn a provisional time for the championships, and they're off for the 1-lap sprint. Coming down the stretch, and Chadron State's Phil Rivera crosses the line first. Right behind him is Fiorini, and he captures the silver medal. The junior is thrilled to bring home some hardware. He'll have another chance at a medal a little later. Junior transfer Krista Cinda taking part in the women's 800, and she's running in that 2nd heat. Down the home stretch, and Cinda flies by 3 runners to win the heat and finish 2nd overall behind Adams State's Cassie Mitchell, who raced in the 1st heat. But Cinda still takes 2nd and the silver medal for the team. Back to Fiorini in the 200-meter dash as the cameraman gets out of the way, but we have a photo finish with Rivera and Fiorini, and who won? Well, let's go to the medal ceremony. Looks like they don't even know who won. After it is all said and done, it ends up being a tie even though Fiorini is given the gold medal. Rivera will get his gold later. So along with Rivera, Fiorini is the 2011 200-meter dash RMAC champion, and his time earns him a provisional time.
Honestly, I'm stoked. I mean, I didn't expect to perform like that in the 2. I was really focused on the 4, but it's great to really hit the times I wanted to in these races.
One last race, and it's Hernandez again running in the 5,000-meter race. Once again, she's hanging out with the leaders early, and she would stay there, finishing 3rd and earning yet another bronze medal. Coach Supsick talks about the team's success.
Julia Hernandez ran awesome. She ran a great double. It's so hard to run a 10K on a track, and then she came back and ran a 5K the next day and got 3rd in the toughest conference in the country. So it was pretty amazing. Obviously puts a huge smile on my face. She's like the smile on this team. She is a competitor. She brings it all the time. Whether she's hurting or not, she'll never tell me. She just goes out there and works her butt off. And it showed today in her performance. The bright side of the men's performances today, Derek Fiorini was amazing. Hit 2 provisionals in back-to-back races within a span of about an hour and a half to 2 hours, which not many people do.
The 2011 NCAA Championships were held in Turlock, California, and Metro had 2 runners qualify. Iger Erickson competed in the steeplechase and finished 11th, while everyone's favorite senior Brandon Johnson crossed the line in the 5K in the 5th spot. That earned him All-American honors. Hope you're sitting in a comfy chair. Still plenty to come on the Roadrunner Review.
The season never ends here at the MSBN, and sometimes we drag, so sometimes we need a kick in the butt.
Ralphie! Are you kidding me, Ralphie? You call that a highlight tape? That's pathetic. Who taught you how to wrap a cord? Babish? That's a joke. You call this a tape job? Rowdy! Are you serious? Do you call that dancing? That's terrible.
Are you a college student that needs a place to live? Are you still living with your parents and want your own space? The Regency Student Housing is perfect for you. The community offers many amenities such as a fitness center, 2 basketball courts, big screen amphitheater, all-you-can-eat dining hall, bowling alley, arcade, free parking, and a shuttle to and from the Auraria campus. For more information, please call 303-477-1950 or visit our website at regencystudenthousing.com. The Roadrunner Review would like to thank its sponsors, Jason's Deli. Real food is fresh, higher quality, more flavorful, less processed, and naturally better tasting. Get real food at any Jason's Deli location. And the Boulder Broker Inn, a proud partner and preferred hotel for Metro State Athletics. Welcome back, and now for our boys of summer who are just a half game back of Mesa State for the division lead and had 2 regular season series left on that calendar to try to make up some ground. First up, a 4-game set with the Colorado School of Mines at home on Auraria Field. The Roadrunners take it on a very hot Mines squad, and the road team gets back-to-back singles to start things off. Bradshaw Perry on the mound for Metro in trouble early, but the senior gets Jordan Williams to strike out and Matthew Poulos to fly out to get out of the jam. The offense came out firing in the first. Zach Kruger steals third to put himself 90 feet away. Then David Fox hits a routine grounder to Brett Main. who can't hold on, and Kruger comes in to score. Same inning, Mike Coffey rockets the pitch to the right field wall. 2 runs come in to score, and Coffey ends up on third with the triple. Then Jake Daneffel adds 1 more with the RBI single, and Metro puts up a 4 spot in the first inning. Stauffer gets into the act with an RBI single of his own in the second for the 5-1 lead, and in the fourth, David Kaplan grounds out scoring Kruger. The Runners would go on and take the series opener by a final of 9-5. Game 2, but this time Mines scores first. Elliot Rigi finds some room in the middle of the diamond that scores a run. Metro comes right back in their half of the first and did so on 1 swing. Brennan Brown smacks a 3-run home run to left field for the 3-1 lead. In the second, the Ore Diggers pile up 6 runs to retake that lead, but have no fear, Metro fans. The Runners put up a 6 spot of their own, including this base-clearing bomb by Brown, and the senior has 7 RBI in the first 2 innings. Incredible. Metro back up 9-7 after 2. The following inning, Zach Kruger learning some lessons from Brown, and he goes yard for his 8th round tripper on the season. The Runners increase their lead to 4. How about one more bomb from Brown? This one actually happens in foul territory, and that's right. The window on the floor above where we were shooting was smashed out thanks to the power of Brown's swing. Metro goes on to win Game 2, 15-10. Head coach Tom Carcione and the bunch would take Game 3 11-0 and Game 4 in dramatic fashion, rallying from an 8-2 deficit, scoring 9 runs in the bottom of the 9th, including a 3-run blast from Sean Reeves to cap off the comeback. Wow. Where's the footage from that? Come on, guys, where is it? Those Crickets don't seem to have it. Anyway, the Runners had 1 more series left to go against the Thunderwolves from CSU Pueblo and lost 3 of 4 games to finish the season with a 29-17 overall record and a 25-14 mark in conference play. After the completion of the season, a few awards were handed out by the conference, and David Fox was named RMAC Player of the Year. The senior is the first Roadrunner to be named Player of the Year by the conference. Fox, who is also a semifinalist for the Tino Martinez Award, which is given to the most outstanding player in Division II, finished the regular season ranked in the top 20 in the nation in batting average, runs scored, RBI, and doubles. Also earning all conference awards are Zach Kruger, who joins Fox in the first team. Earning second team honors are Bradshaw Perry, Jordan Stauffer, and Evan Kloss. Zach Cleveland and David Kaplan earned all third team honors. So our Roadrunners earned a 3 seed in the RMAC tournament and faced off against a team they just lost 3-4 to in CSU Pueblo. The T-Wolves prevailed once again, getting to Bradshaw Perry, who walked 7, giving up 4 runs. The offense only scored on solo home runs by Kruger and Fox. On to round 2 versus Nebraska Kearney, the number 1 seed in the tournament. The Runners did score 2 in the first, but the Lopers would score 5 runs in the next 2 innings for the 3-run lead. Metro's offense went cold the rest of the way, leaving 10 runners on base, including 2 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th. That ends the season for the baseball team as they were not invited to the NCAA tournament. The original 4 softball seniors in studio next on the Roadrunner Review.